Hello. Today we will learn how to create an interactive mockup study type in RealEye. Interactive mockups are helpful to validate the app or website prototypes and to test if users follow the navigation flow, for example, by clicking the intended elements. To create an interactive mockup in RealEye, we select New Study and choose Interactive Mockup. There are three main steps to create the study in RealEye. Let's start with Study Setup. Here, we name our study. Then, we choose which devices participants can use. Interactive Mockup works on all types of devices: desktops, laptops, smartphones, and tablets. For this tutorial, let's keep desktops. The Use Stored Calibration Data Between Studies function is useful when creating the study chains. It is explained in one of our other videos, so go ahead and watch it to know more. The Facial Coding module is on by default, and it checks if someone is smiling, surprised, or has a neutral facial expression. The maximum study length depends on your purchase license. For example, with a standard license, the study can last up to 10 minutes. In case of interactive mockup, you can adjust the study time limit by moving the slider. For example, let's say we want participants to have maximum of 5 minutes to finish this test. After the eye tracking part, you can add a mini survey to ask about name, gender, and age. Please note that answering these questions is optional. A special feature for interactive mockup studies is the option to highlight hotspots after a click. This is helpful when testing early designs that don't have all interactions implemented yet. It shows which elements can be clicked next, so participants know how to continue. After the eye tracking study in RealEye, you can redirect your participants to external sites like Qualtrics or Google Forms. This feature depends on the purchase license and is explained in the dedicated article in our knowledge base. Here you can create an additional instruction step, which will show instructions to participants at the very beginning of the study, before the calibration. In this section, you can add a headline, write the content, and choose an icon from the list. In the eye tracking setup by default, the RealEye webcam eye tracker is selected. But if you only want to track mouse movements and clicks, with no eye tracking or facial coding, you can pick the RealEye mouse tracker. RealEye also enables the integration with an external GazePoint GP3 eye tracker. The instructions on how to do that are covered in our knowledge base. For now, we will use the default RealEye webcam eye tracker. We can add an intro message for participants here. For example, "Hello, this study will last a maximum of 5 minutes. Have fun." We can also add an outro message that will appear after the test, such as, "Thank you." And now we are ready to move to the next step. In the next part, we set up the content. There are two ways to upload stimuli to the interactive mockup study: using images and videos, or importing prototypes from Figma. Let's start with images and videos and look at a simple example of a website navigation flow to test how easy it is for participants to register in RealEye. Once the website screenshots are uploaded, we can rename them for easier navigation. Then, we select the screen that will be the starting point for the participants and drag it to the top. The order of the remaining pages can be left unchanged. When our main page is ready, we set hotspots. Hotspots are areas that participants can click to interact with the mockup. In this example, when participants click Try for Free buttons, we want them to go to the register page. So under the action, we select the correct item from the drop-down list. Once the hotspots are created on the main page, we click Save and create the hotspots and interactions for the other images. What is important in interactive mockups is to create hotspots that will finish the study when clicked. In this particular case, we want participants to finish the study when registering, so by clicking the Sign In buttons. We therefore create the hotspots and select Finish Test Action, that when clicked will finish the study. If the wrong image was uploaded, it can be replaced by clicking the Replace icon. Items can also be cloned, moved, or removed if needed. If you want to upload more images, you can do it by clicking Upload Mockup Files. When your content is ready, you can add a follow-up survey that will appear once the mockup interaction is finished. RealEye Survey module is a powerful tool that is fully covered in a separate tutorial. Here, however, you can see a small example on how to add a questionnaire to your study. When the survey is ready, you can save the study, preview it, or run it right away. With the preview option, you can launch a full preview with 39 calibration points, a quick preview with 9 points for faster setup but with a bit less accuracy, or share the preview link with colleagues so they can verify the study setup from the participant point of view. Now that everything is done, you are ready to run the study. To do that, click Select Participants and choose how many people to invite. You can also use RealEye panelists if they were purchased and ordered earlier, so that RealEye supports you with fielding. The difference between own and RealEye panelists is explained in detail in a separate tutorial. All done. Now just click Run the Study, and the last step of creating the interactive mockup study is complete. You can now share the participation link with your testers. The details on how to do that are explained in our next video in the series. Now that this study is ready, let's look at another way of creating an interactive mockup in RealEye, importing a prototype from Figma. To do this, let's create a new study. Select Interactive Mockup and name it Interactive Mockup Figma. We leave the settings as they are and go to Content Setup. We'll use the Figma URL to import the prototype. Once our prototype link is shared, we copy and paste it in RealEye. Please make sure the link has Proto in the URL. Then click Import Mockup. All the images will be imported. The best part is that all the hotspots are imported too, so we do not need to create them ourselves. Just as in case of the manual screen upload, when importing a Figma prototype, it is important to create an element that will allow participants to finish the test before the set time limit. Now, everything is ready. We can save the study and run it. That is how to create an interactive mock-up study in RealEye with images, videos, or a Figma prototype. Now, we are ready for the next step, which is fielding and inviting participants to join the study. See you in the next video, where we explain how to do that. Thank you and goodbye.